Whiskey as they come into the straight, behind the gate, looking for the green light, and they are off and pacing. And Christy Brown bidding to get on top as they head into their first time, but Ciaran Jack to in second place IB Felicity, and then Christy Brown. Behind that paces down by Crecora, Cappuccino. On the outside of Cappuccino, Streams of Whiskey, and then in rear is Colford Goodfella. So as they go down the back for their first of 3 times, and it's Ciaran Jack by a length and a half to IB Felicity, Streams of Whiskey, and making a forward move on the outside, and takes a slip there and loses his footing, relegates him back to 4th place in behind Christy Brown, but ahead of down by Crecora with a break of 5 lengths further back to Cappuccino and company with Colford Goodfella. Into the home straight, and Ciaran Jack has company with IB Felicity, they're 1 and 2. In 3rd place on the inside is Christy Brown, in company with Streams of Whiskey down by Crecora, and then comes in behind down by Crecora is Colford Goodfella, and behind Colford Goodfella is Cappuccino. So into turn 3, and Ciaran Jack gets a reminder for good measure. On the outside is IB Felicity, Christy Brown and company with Streams of Whiskey down by Crecora, and then comes Colford Goodfella with a break of a couple of lengths to Cappuccino. IB Felicity and John Boyle, the evergreen John Boyle. Ciaran Jack on the inside, Pan Manning, a couple of more reminders. Then comes behind it is Christy Brown with Streams of Whiskey. Behind Streams of Whiskey down by Crecora, just on its inside is Colford Goodfella, and then in rear Cappuccino. So as they swing for home with a circuit to go, and it is IB Felicity to in second place is Streams of Whiskey down by Crecora. Ciaran Jack, his run was short-lived, and then comes on the roadside Colford Goodfella. On his inside is Christy Brown. But IB Felicity, Streams of Whiskey down by Crecora as they go with a circuit race and Streams of Whiskey, Grandad and Grandson. IB Felicity and Streams of Whiskey. 3 wide is Colford Goodfella, and then back on the inside is Christy Brown down by Crecora. Cappuccino, Ciaran Jack's tailed off as they go down the back for the final time, and fending them all off is John Boyle, and IB Felicity down by Crecora is trying to look for a little bit of racing room in behind Streams of Whiskey. On the roadside is Colford Goodfella. On the inside is Christy Brown, who needs luck and running. Cappuccino's hanging on by his coattails, clear of down by Ciaran Jack, swinging for home, and the climb is on. IB Felicity to in second place, Streams of Whiskey. Christy Brown needs the split on his outside down by Crecora, Colford Goodfella, and then goes Cappuccino as they swing for home. IB Felicity's not for passing, but sitting there full of horses. Christy Brown, Streams of Whiskey down the centre of the track over the road crossing, and here comes Christy Brown down by Crecora, nearest us, down by Crecora at the line. Jamie Hurley gets a winner. Christy Brown, Streams of Whiskey, IB Felicity, Cappuccino, clear of Colford Goodfella and Ciaran Jack.